What's up, everybody? This is Alex Christoforou with the Duran, and I'm here with Peter Lavelle, host of RT's CrossTalk, and today we're going to be talking about the leading candidate for the Supreme Court, and that's Amy Coney Barrett. I got that right, Amy Coney Barrett. So, Peter, Trump has a long list of people that he's considering. He's actually made the list public, which is kind of interesting.
Before the election.
Before the election, which is very interesting. I would dare to call that transparent.
No one's ever done that before.
There you go.
Candidate has never done that before.
And one of the people on that list who is really stirring up and really triggering, if I could use that word, the liberal left.
I think we on the right have a right to appropriate that because I love to trigger people.
Yeah,
it's great.
They're getting triggered by one candidate specifically, and that's Judge Amy Coney Barrett, who's a federal judge on the 7th Circuit Court of Appeals, and she's a leading candidate. She's got, I believe, seven kids. She's Catholic. She's not shy about any of these things, not shy about her religion. And she belongs to a group, which is a Catholic group called the People of Praise. They've actually met with the Pope as well. So they're a recognized religious and faith group. And the liberal left...
And let's be clear. You know, this is a support group, okay? Right. They help each other within the auspices of the Catholic Church. When I lived in Poland, there were many such groups, okay? And it's helping with child rearing. Right. It's helping with helping out other members of the family because you hold the same faith. I mean, she's being this is demonic, you know. No, they're not. They're actually real societies that actually put their faith into practice. Okay, yeah. So I really want to take that off the table because I see this demonization. Of course, people that say that have no idea what they're talking about. But of course, that's not the first time it's happened.
Well, let's put that back on the table real quick because they're saying that she's part of a cult. And I want you to explain for us. We just did a video on a lot of it was based on identity politics. Guys, check it out. Check out that video. It's a great video that we talked a lot about identity politics. And this kind of dovetails into that. Explain to us how the left and the Democrats are now aiming to take Amy Barrett down. And I think a lot of it has to do with her religion, her family values, and identity politics. So explain to us what's going on here and how she's going to get attacked.
First and foremost, she may be Donald Trump's choice. That's her first, if I could use a religious term, sin. Okay? No, they do not want people of faith on the court. Okay? Even though I think right now that there's 4 Catholics, there's 1 Episcopalian, and 3 Jews, okay? That's okay, all right, for them, but not in this case because she represents Donald Trump's base, so deplorables again. Which is kind of hard because I saw some videos of her. She doesn't look very deplorable to me. She's got a great persona. She's well-spoken, very measured, and all of these things, the hate's in her, okay? Because you have to turn on the slurs as soon as possible because if you give her just a chance, if you just calmly sit down and listen to her, those slurs are hard to stick on her, okay? And they know it. And plus, for the liberals, it drives them up the wall that Trump may appoint a woman. Well, isn't Trump a misogynist? How can he do that? See, there you go. The short circuit happens again, okay? Yeah. She's, 46? So if she's appointed and confirmed, she could serve for 3 decades or more, okay? Or more, okay? And she clerked for Scalia, another huge sin on her part. Oh, by the way, liberals, the Republican base lionize Scalia, okay? So in the heartland, in the flyover country, she's from a good pedigree. Another point in her favor for the base. And of course, the fact that she's religious. I mean, the left, it's one of the, historically speaking, this is one of the great mistakes of the left. It's to be so critical against religion because if you look at particularly the Christian faith and a lot of the labor ideas of the 19th and early 20th century, they actually really dovetail. But, liberals need to be pure of thought, okay? And that means you can't have God in the equation. Though God is in the equation for tens and tens and tens of millions of people, okay? And she reflects a lot of the thinking of a lot of people. And, of course, it's going to be Roe versus Wade, okay? It's abortion. And this is what they're really worried about. Again, just talking to you before this, I watched her talk about the Supreme Court's ruling on abortion. She never said that she's going to overrule it. She talked about how the law was made, some of its problems, and some of the problems of interpreting it. She sounded like a really smart lawyer to me. I don't know. Maybe that's just me, okay? So, because she would, in the eyes of the liberals, equivocate on abortion, then that means never. And part of the never Trump agenda. She can't be there. But when she was approved as a circuit court judge, 55 senators did vote for her. So I wonder what's going to change their mind. Did Amy change over the last year? Probably not, okay? Another good thing in her favor is that one criticism is she doesn't have much of a track record. Well, Trump wins again on this one, so you can't attack her because there's not a record to attack. It works to her advantage, okay? Her publications, the fact that she was a law professor, that's more than enough, okay? And so all of the things that the base likes about her, of course, the liberals vilify her.
Yeah. I'll assume if she is picked, 'cause we don't even know if she's going to be the pick. But like you said, if she is picked,
she'll be the pick. Okay?
If she is picked, and I agree. I think all the signs are pointing to her. If she is picked, I assume that she will get the spot on the Supreme Court.
Yeah, but it'll be a very, very hot summer. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, what we've seen with the fake covers of Time magazine, the cages and the children attacking Trump officials in public, that's what they used to say in Poland, a small beer, because when this moves forward, this is going to be the most, I think it could, I think it'll probably be the most contentious of Supreme Court appointment in modern history, in the entire history. Okay, I mean, I'm serious. This because for the liberals, their ideology is so totalistic. If you don't totally win, you totally lost. You lose, and this is the crazy mindset. Okay, it's either or, and it's life or death. I mean, that's not the way politics works, folks. Yeah. Politics is really about a lot of compromise. Sorry, okay? But compromise doesn't have an ideology. Compromise is common sense, okay? But the liberals, they can't do that, okay? So it's going to be the season of the burning hair liberal, okay? And it's going to be wicked and wild.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen in the past Republican nominees for the Supreme Court go under intense scrutiny from the Democrats and the left, and some people like Borg had to remove themselves because it was just too much. Do you think that
hang on, let me talk about Borg for a second. That's really important. Borg, we actually have a term now to be borked. Right. Okay, all right. He was appointed. He was tipped to fill the seat, and he was given some handlers. He refused the handlers, and he did it all on his own in Bork's fashion, and that was a huge mistake. Now, the fact that Amy is on this list, they know her background, they know the pluses and minuses, the problems they may have. They've already, in a sense, vetted people, and now you're going into the super vetting, okay? Right. So Trump's people, his handlers, they know what to expect. And it's because of what Bork did. See, the Republicans traditionally have had to back down from appointments, okay? Now they've learned their lesson because the Democrats learned it way earlier. for their appointees. So again, that's why if she's tipped, the chances of her getting it are very, very strong. All right, and it all goes back to being borked. Okay.
Yeah. So a two-part question then. You think she'll be able to handle the intense scrutiny given the social media age and the news media age that we live in? Because it's going to be very intense. We're never going to see anything like this. We haven't seen anything like this, and it's going to be incredibly intense given the amount of information and media out there.
I think we have a selling point for our videos now. Now you add the Trump layer.
The Trump layer. There you go. Video. There you go. So you have the Trump layer there, and things are going to be...
Oh, no. Then he's going to get his back up against the wall. You know what Trump does when that happens? Take no prisoners.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
If he says he wants her, he's going to get her. Okay?
Yeah.
And if it doesn't work out, there's going to be a lot of fallout around him because he'll say, I want this. Because this is a huge feather in his hat, okay? To get what the base wants. I mean, Amy is the perfect candidate for the base. And he wants this done before the midterms. You know what kind of feather in a hat that is for him going into the midterms? Yeah. Oh, whoa! That's stardust. Stardust. And Republican, like in 2016, again, Republicans are not always motivated to go out and to vote. Okay, Trump was a big, he obviously activated people in more than one way. But Republicans are more sensitive to Supreme Court appointments. All right? And if Trump can pull this off and Amy is confirmed, he's going to be able to say in the campaign trail, I got you Amy, didn't I? I got you Amy. And people will say, yeah, okay, because she represents what's important to them, not identity politics, but conservative values, religious values, and they're going to be appreciative. How many hundreds of thousands of votes is Trump going to attract? Maybe millions to the polls in November if he can pull this off. This is stardust for him. Stardust.
Yeah, he got 2 picks actually in now. So once he gets her through, Trump got 2 people on the Supreme Court. It's huge. It's huge. So say she gets in and everything passes. Do you really think she's going to be that apocalyptic as the left is describing her?
Well, I mean, from what I know of her, okay, and she's just, blasted on the scene, she looks in every single way to be a very smart and measured person, all right? And it's not like she's going to be the court. I mean, there are others there. I mean, but, again, look how the liberals get their hair on fire. Now you need to pack the court.
Yeah.
What? It's like our entire election we have the Electoral College. That's our law. Now, maybe we should change it. Maybe we should have a discussion about it, okay? Because Hillary lost, we have to get rid of the Electoral College. It doesn't work that way. Because if she'd won, they would never say a word about the Electoral College. Same thing about, we have 9 justices. Franklin D. Roosevelt in 1936-37 tried to pull that, packing the court. And everybody, I mean, even his close friends held their nose. They said, Franklin, I mean, if you can't win honestly, don't play dirty. And this is what the liberals want to do. They want to play dirty. They want to just pack it up there and get as many judges to isolate the deplorables, okay? That's going to live with us for a long time, the deplorables. So, no, she has to deal with other people on the court. And I think that's good. I mean, I do like the give and take. I do, I if she comes out with an opinion, I want to know what the liberals have to say about it. That's how you pull out you squeeze out what's most important, and that's what the courts are supposed to do. So again, the liberals just want to short circuit everything and get their way. It's like this is a typical liberal for you. Just keep moving the goalposts further and further out until we win. Okay.
Exactly.
That's what they do.
Exactly. And I think that it's going to be a trend that's just going to get accelerated. Once they're done with the Supreme Court pick, they're going to move on to the next topic, and it's going to be the same outrage the same, you know, hysteria. God knows what it's going to be. Maybe they're going to go full circle back to
the red wave. Okay.
Yeah, after the red wave, and I think Trump's Supreme Court pick, like you said, is going to help him get that red wave. I see where it's heading, and there's definitely not going to be a blue wave. That's for sure.
No, I mean this will be. I mean, again, you know, I think. Get away from the demonization. You know, anyone I don't like, I demonize. Okay, demonize Putin, demonize Trump, you know. Okay, but let's think about this. Trump, we all know he's a known quantity. He's a legacy man. I'm going to be remembered forever, okay? My 2 Supreme Court, or 3 if he gets reelected, my 3 appointments, okay? That'll be one of my lasting legacies, okay? And for what? How many decades? That was a Trump appointee. That was a Trump appointee. He wants to be remembered forever, okay? And he likes to win, and he sees this as winning, okay? Barack Obama, he was a very thoughtful law professor from Chicago, you know, very deep. That was all his fake PR. Donald Trump is what he is what he is, okay, and I think that's his political genius, okay. Even though I don't always agree with him, and so he sees I'm going to get this for me, okay, not just for the country, not just for the court. Remember, Trump thinks about himself first. Yeah,
and it was a political genius by making that list public for sure. That was just a great political and PR move.
Alex, can you imagine what his presidency would be like if he didn't have all this Russiagate nonsense? What if that had never happened? Yeah. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? I mean, I keep using in CrossTalk the Trump juggernaut, and that's what it is. Okay. Okay. And Alex, we really should do a separate video on my thoughts about the Trump presidency, what I don't like, okay, because I want to give a sense of balance here, because I'm not campaigning for Trump, okay. I have some very serious differences, primarily in foreign policy. But as we're talking about the Supreme Court, I think it's very important to see more balance, and I think Amy, this jurist, I think she can do that, and I can't stress how much the base is going to love this if it happens.
Yeah, and I think they will, and I think that once this is over with, they're just going to move on to the next thing, and I think people are starting to realize that, and they're just starting to get very tired of it. Well, all the hysteria.
The thing is that it's going to be the economy, okay, and by all indications, it's pretty hard to refute that kind of stuff, particularly if it's his government data. Trump can't fiddle that. I mean, of course, on Twitter, in his speeches, his rallies, he always exaggerates everything. But it's baked in, everybody. We know that. It's baked in.
It's baked in.
He brags. He's a braggart, okay? He likes to do it, okay? And I think we said one of our own former videos, you know, when he was in Fargo, it was like a whole damn speech was about himself. I have never seen that before. Yeah. And he loves it, and his base loves it, okay? It's a politician of a new type, okay? And I think he's a one and only. I don't think anyone will ever be able to replicate him. I've used it before and I'll use it again. He's a world historic figure.
Yeah, that he is. And we're definitely living in historic times, that's for sure. So, Peter Lavelle, host of RT's Crosstalk, thanks for a fascinating conversation on Amy Coney Barrett and the Supreme Court possible pick. She hasn't been picked yet. She may be picked. Let's wait and see. Guys, if you like this video, click on the subscribe button down below. Also, click on that notifications bell to get notifications every time we push out a new video. And guys, visit the Duran shop. Pick up a t-shirt. Help support the Duran. Peter Lavelle, host of RT's Crosstalk. Thanks again. Guys, until next time, take care.